Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. It seems like more than a year has passed since I was last privileged to be with you. So dramatic have been the events that have since taken place. The Arab Spring has shown the world the power of ordinary people who demand accountability from their leaders. When you gather in large numbers to protest, you get the world's attention. When you remain gathered for weeks, facing violence and misinformation, you win the world's admiration. The events that had started in Tunisia and Egypt last January have already had and will continue to have a massive impact on the world, from India to the Occupy movement springing up in dozens of cities. We have seen deposed leaders, ministers, businessmen and officials on trial for corruption the world over. We have seen an unconditional demand for those in power to account for their actions. The question now is, will that spirit of the Arab Spring be captured in daily life? Corruption will not go away overnight. Root and branch reform of local institutions is needed. The Arab Spring tells a story of public sectors that are deeply unaccountable to ordinary people. Last year, our research on the Arab region described nepotism, networks of patronage, and ineffective laws that do not hold people in power to account. But many countries, from Africa, Asia, and Latin America, have seen positive change. They show that sustainable, long-term efforts to promote transparency at the heart of government can deliver the accountability ordinary people have been seeking. The question is whether we will see those efforts replicated across the Arab world. We as civil society have to push for the creation of ombudsmen, for the protection of whistleblowers, and for greater press freedom, while we must also be vocal in calling for citizens' rights to be more active participation in government. We as civil society also have a duty to help deliver accountability by empowering citizens to make the most of transparency measures. That is why Transparency International is embarking on a major project in the Arab region to connect freedom of information activists in the region. Transparency Palestine, through its legal advice center and other activities, is part of a global trend across our movement to empower citizens to tackle corruption in their life. As an international movement, I also strongly feel our duty to promote international solidarity with the Arab Spring. It is our duty to pressure our governments to do something about the money Arab leaders have stashed throughout the financial system. That is why we do not pursue accountability on its own, but by building a global coalition. I would dearly like to be with you today to hear your thoughts on the future, but I wish you a fruitful discussion and thank you for the vital part you play in that coalition. Thank you very much.